Okay, continuing on with the Surf's Up soundtrack because I love it. I'm going to show you guys Drive by Incubus, which is by far the most popular song on the album and is also by far the most popular song Incubus ever recorded. And I saw them do it, I think it was on Letterman or Late Late Show a few years ago. And, they played this song, but I could tell by the look in their face and their eyes that they would probably rather play any other song from their collection. I'm sure they have lots of other good ones, but everyone wants to hear this one, so they went ahead and played it, and they kind of added some variations just to make it more fun for them. So essentially the song, the verse has 4 chords. The first chord is a partial E minor. Remember, partial E minor 7th. Where a normal E minor 7th, you're gonna lay your finger across the 7th fret, and then you're gonna add the ring finger, 4th string, 9th fret, and your middle finger, B string, 8th fret. That's a normal E minor 7th. Instead of that, you're actually gonna unbar it, so you only are holding down 3 notes: your A string, 7th, your 4th string, 9th, and your B string, the 2nd string, 8th, and all the other notes in between are open. So that's your first chord, which I'm calling a partial E minor 7th. And that one moves down to, essentially, it's like a D9 diminished with an E bass. So I'm going to show you that chord now. It's a real jazzy chord. So your intuition wants you to go from that E minor all the way down to an E major, because you want to do that, but you don't do that, you're wrong. So you're actually going to stay on that with that E bass on the 5th string, but you're going to move your middle finger to the 5th string. So you're going to replace your first finger, A string, 7th fret, with your middle finger, A string, 7th fret. That's the root of this next chord. And then your index finger is going to move down to the 5th fret, and your ring finger again is in the 7th, and your pinky is also in the 7th on the B string, and the E on the bottom is open, on the top rather. And you don't really want to hit the E bass on that second chord. So the first chord is a partial E minor 7th. Then I'm replacing my index finger with my middle finger. I'm moving my index finger to the D string, 5th fret, my ring finger to the G string, 7th fret, and my pinky to the B string, 7th fret. And that's some kind of, a normal E9 would be those same notes, but with your index finger on the 6th fret, but we're dropping all the way down to the 5th, so it makes it kind of a weird jazzy chord. I'm not a chord theorist, so I don't know the exact name of it. I would think it's like an E9 diminished, but there's probably a more official name for it. And then from there, we're going to go to a C major 7th, which is essentially a C major with the G string. Instead of being on the 5th fret, we're going to drop it down to the 4th fret. So you can't really use your pinky to bar it, or your ring finger to bar it like you would a normal a normal C major chord. You need to use all your fingers, and I'm gonna break it down for you right now. Your index finger is your A string, 3rd fret. That's your bass, C. Your ring finger is your D string, 5th fret, normal C. Here's where it turns into a C major 7th. Your ring finger is on the G string, 4th fret instead of 5th. And then your middle finger's there. And your pinky is on the B string, 5th fret. So it sounds like this. And then from there, it's pretty basic. You're going to take off your index finger. You're not even going to play the A note. So you're going to take it off, and you're going to muffle it by moving your middle finger from that G string, 4th fret, all the way up to the A on the E string, 5th fret. And and then the A string is muffled, and your other fingers haven't moved at all. Your ring finger's on the D fifth. The G is now open, which is the same note as you're playing with your ring finger, and your pinky is still on the 5th fret of the B string. So it sounds like this. And the name of that chord would probably be a partial A minor, because an A minor would technically sound like this, but this chord sounds like this. It's got similar notes in it, but fewer notes. Now, the bass that's happening on the guitars is kind of subtle. He does a 1, 2, 3 movement on the bass, and he does it twice. He does it between this 4th chord, which is this weird A, and he does two hits on the A string. The A note, which is being held by your middle finger on the E string. So it's 1, 2, open E. He does that to move back into the E minor. Then he moves to the 2nd chord. Now, in between the 2nd and 3rd chord, he also does this 1, 2, 3 bass pattern. And how he does that is he opens up his index finger off the D string, so it, without changing anything else, he just opens that up and plays the D string twice, slides down with his index finger to hit the C note on the 5th string, 3rd fret. I'm just going to do the bass part now. So it's A, E, and then in between the 2nd and 3rd chords, it's D, D, C to that C major 7th. Sorry. So I'll play it through for you guys. That 4 times, and now for the chorus, from here in this neat 4th position, he's going to move back to the C major 7th. So it's really an easy move, because your ring and your pinky don't move at all. You're just changing from this middle finger A, 5th string E position, 6th string 5th fret A. You're going to drop your index finger to the C, and you're going to move your middle finger from the 6th string A to the G string 4 to get back to that C minor where you were on the 3rd chord of the pattern. So this is the beginning of the chorus. I'm going to start on the 4th round of the verse and go right into the chorus now. I'm going to do it a little slower this time for you guys. Now for the chorus. Now this is actually really easy. So and that's an A7. So it's just 2 chords. It's C major 7th to A7th. And if you notice, I'm taking my C major 7th, I'm taking off my index and my middle finger and just sliding the other ones down to the 2nd fret, and you're done. And you want to play the bottom 5 strings, the top 5 strings, starting with the A bass, open A, ring finger on the D string 2nd fret, open G, pinky on the B string 2nd fret, and open E. He does it twice. And then it moves back into the verse. And from here you can hit the A twice, open A, to that D, to that E bass. Second time they do this chorus, hold the wheel. real quick, the strumming pattern, it's interesting, it's weird. It's going to take me a second to actually say it because I just play it so much, I don't really think about it. So it's down, up is the first part. Down, up, then the bass. So the transition comes after that second up. And that transition is bass down. So it's down, up, bass down to the second chord. And then that 1, 2, 3 movement. 1, 2, 3. So it's D, D, C. Down, up, bass down. A, A, E. Down, up, bass down. E, E, C. Down, up, bass down. And then the chorus is pretty simple. It's all down. Well, actually it's a little slow. So it's down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, down, down. And that's it. Hope you enjoyed. Cheers.